Yeah, another one that's a little interesting. Can't mention Netherlands without prostitution in the red light district. But apparently they're also
Well,
very liberal. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Stout and Lager. As always, I'm your host, Stout, and I'm here with my co-host, Lager. What's up, Lager?
hey, yo, guys. I'm a gangster today.
Yeah,
Kidding.
you're a gangster. I'm not sure that has any relevance to the country that we're visiting today, but what are we?
I mean, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I guess. Where are we going
I just
today?
I just want to talk. We're going. I really don't know where Netherlands is actually.
Dude, well, we're going to
Is
the
it-
Netherlands,
it's like-
Holland.
Yeah, but like, where specifically are they? Like, North Europe?
Yeah.
Like someone puts a gun to your head and tells you to point it in the Europe map with no name. Do you think you can point it out? Because I don't think I would.
I feel like it's like I don't know. I don't know what's considered Europe, to be honest. As you can see, the
What's
American education system has failed us. I would say it's like Central
so.
Europe.
I think Central.
North.
I always thought it was
It's next to Germany.
North Central.
Yeah,
Next to.
it's next to Germany, like on the top left of Germany by Belgium, kind of close to the UK.
You looked that up, didn't you?
No, I just know this off the top of my head, bro.
I don't believe it. April Fools.
But yeah, we're visiting the Netherlands. They're gonna visit the Dutch people today, and we're having their flagship beer. I feel like it's pretty easy to say that this is their top beer. And what is that, Lager?
Heineken. No, Heineken.
Yep.
So, brewed in
Premium.
Holland, yeah.
Premium malt lager. So cheers to that.
Cheers.
Open mine. Give it a first sip.
I do a first sniff first. If I'm gonna be honest.
Interesting. Oh man, putting it in the freezer was such a good idea.
Clutch, because was it they weren't refrigerating the over there?
They were, but I wanted them to be like
Cold,
premium cold, like fresh out of the tap cold.
Yeah, this is good. I've had Heineken recently before, like 2 weeks ago. It was actually funny story. I don't know if I said it last time, but I was visiting my brother and his neighbors were Vietnamese. Are always the type of people like that was inviting them to eat their food essentially. Like they always give them food. And the day that I was with my brother, it was apparently their son's birthday and invited them to come into their house and eat their food because they made a lot. And my brother would have probably said no, according to him. And then because I'm was there and I'm somehow sociable-ish, or like I don't know what he was hoping for. So he decided, let's go to get some food.
Mm-hmm.
So we went, and apparently all they drink is Heinekens.
Interesting.
So they opened up, like everyone was drinking Heinekens. My brother was telling me how the recycling bin was filled with Heinekens, and it's just interesting why I didn't ask why they went for Heineken, but I guess it's one of those maybe it tastes similar to maybe Vietnamese beer, or it just that light beer lager taste.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the beers that we've had, I've compared to Heineken.
Yeah, you know, right? I think I've compared my main comparison was Stella.
Stella.
Yeah, because I think I like Stella the best. I feel like, at least from the ones we've been doing, right?
Really?
All the like
the country tour.
I think so. I think that's the one I feel like I would honestly be order or like get like a 12-pack of it, like because like I've to be fair, I'm also it was a little bit Stockholm syndrome where my parents bought a 24-pack of Stella's when I asked them for the Super Bowl, and I was stuck drinking that shit. But no, the characteristic that I like about Stella was just the main things. Was like it was really refreshing, and there's some sweetness to it that I felt when I drank it. and just very refreshing. And you rarely taste the alcohol, I feel like.
I feel like this was also pretty light and refreshing.
And yeah, I was gonna get to the I think this is actually similar to the Stella one. Yeah, it's like it's really easy. Like, it gets cold really easily, very refreshing, and then it's nice. It's a nice experience. But yeah, dude, Heineken's good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid so far.
Yeah. So today is April Fool's. Today's a Monday. But before we get to that, what you guys do? What were you up to this week?
This past week. So this past week was actually kind of busy, somewhat. So last week did the pod last Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday we went to the gym. Starting to get back into the gym.
That's good, man.
Yeah, we haven't really been going too much since we got back from the cruise. We're just kind of bumming it out, but getting back in the routine.
Did I tell you that, like, after a cruise, I gained 10 pounds, but then because of the guy got sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
I lost those 10 pounds immediately after.
Damn, lucky. I'm also up 10 pounds.
It's crazy. It was crazy. It was just all like, because tip to everybody, if you want to lose real quick weight, just get sick. Yeah. You lose your appetite.
Facts.
And then, no, but yeah, so at least you were doing the legit way, going to the gym.
Yeah.
That's good.
It'd be tough out here. But yeah, so Tuesday and Wednesday we went to the gym, then we chilled. And then Thursday was a hella hectic day, low-key, just because I was doing some cleaning, I was working. Just felt like a busy day, but Thursday we actually left for Bainbridge.
Right.
Yeah, we went to one of the islands by us. We were there from Thursday to Sunday. So Thursday, I worked. We got off of work at like 1-ish. I think Sour picked me up around 2. And then we drove over. We got over there. First day, we checked into the Airbnb. And then we walked to the main city. And we went to a brewery, Bainbridge Brewery. It was pretty good. I got an Irish stout, and Sour got a wild cherry, like barrel aged sour, which is pretty good.
Barrel aged sour, so it was like more like a deeper taste to it.
So that was some of the drinks that we got. Then we went to a Spanish tapas place, which was pretty good.
What was the vibes?
It was really like small and homey.
Okay.
We got spankopita, whatever it's called. It's like a Greek pita with feta cheese and spinach, which is fire. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend you to try it. We also got pinchos de carne, which are very good, and we got some empanadas, all really good. Yeah. And we had some Spanish wine. They only had Spanish wine.
That sounds good.
Which is pretty cool.
That's good. Yeah. Hey, it's a different vibe. So what would you say? Like, the city you guys were in, or like, do you feel very different from Seattle area where you guys live? Like, is it very much different?
It felt like a beach town kind of. I mean, it's an island, and it's right next to the ferry that takes you from Seattle to there. Yeah. But we actually drove around, which was fun. It was a 2-hour drive instead when it's like 9 miles away, which is crazy. But
wait, I mean, like, do you took the car in the ferry?
No, we drove down and pretty much drove down and around the coast and then came back up. Oh. But yeah, so it's like
took the ferry, you just went around.
It's like very coastal, and it's like if it gave me like beach town vibes from like back home, and a lot of the people that were there were just like older white people, so it kind of made me feel like there was just a bunch of like rich white people, retired white people living there.
I mean, I guess it's a short way of doing your retirement plan, right? Mm-hmm. If you really like the Seattle area, but not the city.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was
like nice vibe.
Friday, we just kind of chilled. We did those two things. We were just walking around, and it was kind of raining, so we were like, all right, rough. That's enough for today. We got to work tomorrow. We don't want to stay out too late.
Well, you guys work? Are you guys working from home?
Yeah, we worked on Friday. So Friday we woke up, worked, and at like 8 I went to go get some water because we didn't have any water. and we got breakfast at a like a boulangerie. Boulangerie. It was a cafe.
What the frick is that?
Boulangerie is just French for bread making thing. But we went to a bakery. I got some coffee.
Bakery, yeah.
I got a ham and cheese croissant.
Okay.
And I got we shared a bagel. We split the croissant and the bagel. Both very yummy.
Lady and the Tramp?
Pretty much.
The bagel.
Always we split in food. But the bagel and the croissant were fire, but the coffee was okay.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, for me, the feel that's great to be like, to me, in defining different types of coffee or like just tasting it is similar to someone who never had beer and tasting beer. Like I probably wouldn't be able to like discern really good difference in taste or like, so I'll trust you on that.
We've been drinking coffee pretty regularly, so I feel like I've been getting a little bit more into like the actual taste of it.
Okay,
but the coffee, it was okay. It wasn't that bad. Friday we finished working, and we got out. We walked to the main part of the city, and we just did a bunch of wineries pretty much. So we went to the first winery, but I think we got a flight there, which was right next to the brewery that we had visited yesterday. But we did the first winery. We did a Reds flight. And then we went to another winery. We walked down, and it was like, it's pretty small. Like, it was comparable to like our little city that we live right now. You know how like the main street is where like most of the stuff is. It was comparable to that. So we walked down, and yet on Thursday, I feel like we passed so many different wineries, but we walked to the end of it, and we're like, we passed all the wineries. Where are we going? So then we walked back. We went to another winery. We both got a glass of white wine. And then we went to one more winery after that, where we did another flight each. And that one was my favorite. The wine there was phenomenal.
What kind of wine? What kind of style was it?
I got a reds and she got a white. Okay. So I got 3 different reds and she got 3 different whites. But I feel like those were the most like, those were definitely, I don't know, they tasted like very nice wines. And it was really good.
Some of the dinner wines that we had in the cruise, like, were hitting that, like, not really sweet, but also not really dry. Like, I can feel the alcohol, but then like it's a soft edge to it. Like, I think that's where I'm leaning towards, like, my preference. And I've been wondering about your preference in terms of the taste of wine.
So I definitely like reds a lot. And in the past, like, 2 years, just being in Washington, I feel like we've gone to a lot of wineries because we used to live next to, like, a place where there was a bunch of wineries. So I feel like I definitely like reds. When I first started drinking wine, I was more a fan of, like, the sweet reds, the Roscatos, the Capriccio, all of those.
Capriccio, yeah.
I'm not opposed to them, but I have noticed that, like, with wines now, if I drink something that's too sweet, I'll get tired of it quick. Which is kind of the same with, like, alcohol too. So I don't know if it's just a matter of, like, my personal preference. I'm not too big on the sweet stuff. But with reds, I definitely feel like I've started to understand, like, when they say medium body or like full bodied wine. And just like I sometimes pick up some of the notes. I feel like you got to be like a sommelier or like really good at like drinking wine to like know, like, taste every single individual aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm more of a reds guy. I like my wines dry, not too dry, but also not too sweet.
Well, like you want to feel like that edge. Mm-hmm. You know, like, it's like you want to feel it, and I think you're right. I agree with you that sweets do get a bit tiring when it's too sweet. Mm-hmm. Of course, they're very light also, but I don't know. I guess I when I'm sipping on wine, I want to like feel like it's like not necessarily syrup, but like just like it just feels all my taste buds like slowly. That's how I'm imagining with some wines, because I'm drinking wines, I'm drinking it slow.
Yeah, more of a sipping.
Sipping. Yeah, like, cause like, okay, so what else do you guys do over there in the islands? Yeah,
so on that Friday we also went to a Mexican place. Because it was like a restaurant.
So like, Restaurant? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so at that point there was a pizzeria that we wanted to visit, but we had I don't know, I guess we just weren't hungry. I don't remember if we ate anything, but we were like, we eat a little bit later. But then we went to the Mexican place because we were like, okay, let's get like a margarita real quick and then we'll eat after. But then we were sitting at the Mexican place and we were like, let's just get food here. So we had some margaritas. We got some food. We got some fajitas. Sour got some fajitas and I got a burrito. It was pretty good. And we split it as always. But then after that, we were like, all right, what's the vibes? Because now we ate. There wasn't really much else to do. We literally hit every single winery. Well, there was one more winery, but we didn't want to hit that one. It looked kind of lame. And then there was literally only one brewery. So we were like, all right, what do we want to do now? So then we just decided to head home. It was like 8 or something, like 7:30, almost 8. And we are like, let's just go home and we'll get some beer or something and we'll just chill at the Airbnb. So we got some Kona. Shout out to Kona again.
Big Wave or...
the blue one. I think it was the lager, Island Lager. Big Wave is the red one, right?
No, Longboard.
Longboard's
the red. Big Wave is the blue.
Okay, then I got the Big Wave.
You know, I've been noticing like that. There's been more Kona beers popping up in like, you know, everywhere. Like I feel like
really interesting.
I wonder if it was always there and we just found that out, but like. I just feel like in Walmart and Target, Publix, it's just always there. Like now, like closer and closer to their popular beers. So I don't know. I guess props to them. So what was the vibe now then? I hope drinking.
It was pretty chill. We were watching TV. Yep. I had one beer. I don't know why, but that beer made me really bloated. So I only had the one beer, and then we were just chilling, watched some TV. We played some card games. I whooped Sour in the card games. Don't ask her about it though, because she'll tell you otherwise.
She'll tell you otherwise, so you're lying then.
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, we did that, and then we went to sleep like somewhat late. We stayed up playing games and just kind of chilling. And then Saturday,
cool. Hey, that's your vibe.
Yeah, Saturday was pretty chill. We woke up a little bit later. We slept in. We went to a diner. It's a really cool diner. It's called Madison Diner.
Diner, some vibes, yeah.
Yeah, it was a vibe. We got some breakfast. I had a coffee, and then we tried to do some hikes, but there was like 3 like parks that had hikes, and we passed the first one. We passed like 2 spots on the first one, and it did not have anywhere to park. So we kept on going.
Yeah.
And then the second one that we went to did have somewhere to park, so we parked and we did like a mile hike. Just walked around a little bit. It was really nice. And then after that, we went to like there was like a part where we could park and they had like a beach access. Granted, it's not very much of a beach being from where we're from, but it was the water. And then we walked there. It was a really nice view, but we were just chilling there. And then we were like, all right, time to go back. We went back and we showered, got ready, and we went out again. And this time we went to they had a bar. So we went to one of the bars that they had. And it was like speakeasy vibes, kind of. So
I like that.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was a little expensive. The whole common theme of the island was that it was pretty expensive. I think like a cocktail was like $16, so a little steep. But I mean, it's a speakeasy. Usually speakeasies are a little bit more expensive, so I gave them a little slack. But Sour got this like
at least?
Yeah, Sour got this like spicy tequila cocktail that was really good.
Okay.
And I got a what's it called? Dirty Martini.
I'm guessing gin.
Yep, Dirty Martini. It was pretty solid. It was surprising. So the ones on the cruise literally just tasted like olive juice. This one did not taste as much as olive juice, but I don't know how they made it, but it was just so smooth. Like it was just a very well-made cocktail. And then we went there and then we got another drink there because we're like, there's really nothing else to do. And we don't want to go get dinner yet. So we got another drink. So we got a margarita. And they made like an actual fresh margarita. You know, usually they do like the sweet and sour and just like maybe lime. But they put the juices, they muddled it. You know, they did a good margarita.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I got another dirty martini because I'm a hoe for olives.
You're a dirty hoe.
I am.
Dirty hoe.
Yeah, that was that. And then after that, we went to an Italian place, the pizza place. So it was like wood-fired pizza. And we got a bunch of wine. When we started, I was like, I don't know what I want. Because I looked at the cocktails, and the cocktails didn't look that good. So I saw that they had like a chocolate stout. And I was like, that looks cool. And then I ordered. And then Sour was like, I'm going to get wine. I was like, fuck, why didn't I do that? So I had a chocolate stout. And then I went straight into drinking red wine after that. That was interesting. But we got some wood-fired pizza, ate some good food, had some wine. We just talked. It was really fun. Really good place. The pizza was pretty good. But again, as the common theme of the island, it was just a little expensive. But then after that, we went back home. We still had the beers, and the Airbnb gave us a free wine, so we just kind of went back.
Oh, that's nice. What kind of wine did they give you?
They gave us a Chardonnay. 2022 Chardonnay.
Oh, freaking butter.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see how that would taste. We ended up taking it home because we didn't drink it.
Oh, okay.
And then something else I forgot to note. We also ended up getting some wine. So we went to one of the places because there was one more winery. And we were like, we haven't been here. Let's go see it. And they said they did the tastings, but we went in there and it was just like wine. So we ended up buying a port. We bought a 20-year-old port from Portugal. We'll be drinking it this Friday. I have a little date night and make some food and have some wine. So I'll let you know how it is next week.
Let me know. Let me know.
Ooh. Yeah, that was pretty much it. On Sunday, we woke up and we left at like 10. We ended up on the way back. We went to this all-you-can-eat sushi place because Tacoma, which is south of where we are, and it was on the way back home. Apparently, has a lot of good food. So we went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place, and it was okay. I think I'm starting to understand like why the Seattle gang always is saying that like tasting good sushi makes you not like the all you can eat as much. Because I felt like it was kind of meh. But I was telling Sour, I was like, I don't know, I feel like it was like meh compared to like the ones from back to like close to our university. And she was like, no, I think it was pretty similar. And I was like, really? So I don't know if like my taste has gotten a little bit more, I guess, accustomed to like better sushi. So in July we'll have to do an experiment.
Yeah, we should go. I recommend going back to Koi because like the one place I found is good. It's interesting, but I'm feeling like my issue for me is like I feel like my stomach's getting smaller.
Yeah, like, me too, dude.
It's not being able to like fit in so many Philadelphia rolls, or I barely can do more than one specialty roll. So then I just stick with like nigiris and stuff.
Dude, so the nigiris there were not the best, which kind of was lame. Because usually what I do is I get like one or two sushi rolls, and then I'll go with like nigiris and all the other stuff. And they also had like beef, but it wasn't like hibachi beef from like back home. So that's something that I'm also really missing. But that was pretty much it. How much was
it though in total?
It was like $80 almost, I think. It was pretty expensive.
For two people or one people?
For two people.
Okay, so it's 40.
Yeah, 40 per person.
For one person.
Which is a little steep, but I mean, we're in Washington. Everything's expensive over here.
Was 40 with tip or 40 without
tip? Yeah, with tip.
Okay, I think I spent 40 before on. But it's not on a Sunday like dinner, right?
Yeah.
Not like for the lunch menu, but
yeah. But yeah,
that's awesome,
pretty much it. That's all I've been up to.
Happy for you, man. I've been. One main thing that is happening currently for me is that my parents, I've been starting to watch Young Sheldon.
Oh, nice.
And have you watched it?
Yeah, we actually started a bit ago. We finally finished It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so we needed something else to start. So we're like we're a decent bit into the first season.
How far?
I think like in the 10s. I don't remember which.
Wow, that's funny.
Which part we're in, but we've watched a decent amount of the first season.
Yeah, this is something that they decided to do themselves, and I don't know. For me, my perspective of Young Sheldon was just a lot of the outside perspective from people judging it or I don't know, reviewing it, and I legitimately like it. I legitimately am liking it, watching it, because I don't know. Sheldon's way more likable as a kid.
Yeah, because it's like it's a kid, so it's like he'll grow out of it type stuff. But like he's almost a whole. I think he is 30 at a point in the Big Bang, and he's still the same.
I think so. I mean, it just the parts that like were the family dynamics, right? And then like his innocence, like he has all this intelligence, but he's still a kid learning about the world.
His social norms and stuff.
Social
he
norms.
Still isn't the best when he's an adult, but I mean,
and like ignoring that, I like it a lot. Those moments where it's just like, "Why are you sad, mom?" Or like trying to understand his dad and like. I'm trying to remember what happened in episode 10 or like before that because I want to talk. Well, like because there's just one of my favorite parts where it's just like I think his dad took him to a trip to Cape Canaveral.
Yep.
And that was a nice like thing, and you know Jim Parks narrating is like it was my best. It was the best trip ever. And
that episode was depressing. I remember we watched that. We were watching it, and it was like, when that happened, where like he was like, "Oh, that was the best trip." I wish I told my dad that, and I was like, "God damn, what a way to end the episode."
Yeah, because the thing is, it's known, like I think they're doing the drop tidbits that are known if you watch Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
but it is sad that he never told him that, and. You know, it clearly was implying is what it's implying, right?
Yeah.
And it is. It's so emotional.
Well, how far are you in it?
We're in second season.
Okay, so the last season I watched was the last episode I watched was the one with the mystery girl. I don't know if you remember that. Where it was the geologist, the girl who's into geology.
Oh, that girl.
She ended up calling him a kid and he gets tight.
Gets tight about that, even though you are a freaking kid.
Yeah.
No amount of intelligence. Like there are times that I am annoyed by him in the terms of like you don't grow out of this. You never learn like until like you're 30. But no, yeah, I think that whole episode was just an origin story of him calling geology a hobby.
Yeah,
and it's
funny knowing the Big Bang aspect of it because he still clowns on geology.
He's still constant. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm liking it a lot. It's very nice, feel good, and also emotional show. So I'm liking it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
I was just not surprised. I was just surprised that my parents picked it up.
Have they watched Big Bang?
No.
Savage.
So they were just watching it cold cut or like and I'm telling some little things about what I know about Big Bang Theory because I didn't watch all of it. I just know things, and dude, it is fun. One thing I do have to say, it is fun watching a prequel show and knowing all the Easter eggs that they're sprinkling in. If you watch the first show, and that's always fun. Because like, oh, I know that. And it's like, with Marvel, they do that. Like Star Wars, they do that. All that stuff. It's just One Piece. It puts a bunch of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
You're just like,
being completely immersed in like the fandom is just like, it's a nice experience to like see the little notes that they do.
It's a little, not trophies, but like gifts or like things you earn by watching the whole thing. But yeah, that was my weekend. All right. So thanks for the catch up. It was nice talking about Young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon go hard. Pretty good show.
It's just it's very good. It's just so fun that we start at the same time. I'm surprised we didn't even start before. But okay. So then I'm opening my second beer. I mean, to be fair, it's like the same beer. But
yep. Beer number 2.
Beer number 2. But yeah, with that, we're going to head into our section where we review the beer and talk about some of the fun facts about that beer of Beer of the Week. Yeah. And today, as we mentioned before, we're reviewing the Heineken, the most sold beer in the Netherlands. Yeah, the Netherlands.
The Dutch goat.
The Dutch goat, yeah.
Yeah. And a little bit of a switch up. I'll be talking about the facts.
Oh!
You good? Okay, well, I'll continue. So,
Okay.
Heineken was made in 1864. Was founded. So Gerard Adrian Heineken was born in 1841. That's far. That's almost 200 years ago. But he bought the brewery De Hooiberg, which is the haystack in Dutch, I guess.
I guess.
But yeah, this is when he starts making beer, and he was the first brewer on the planet to introduce a quality control lab. So it's pretty dope.
Okay.
And then he switches the name to Heineken in 1873. He wins a lot of awards throughout that. Apparently, they have a section on Heineken, a yeast, which is a very distinct yeast that's used in Heineken.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, for the bottom fermentation. Okay.
Yeah, and apparently in 1889, he won the Grand Prix Paris. He made the Parisians fall in love with his beer, and he it's still on the bottle. If you look at it right now, under Heineken, it talks about the Médaille d'Or Paris 1875 and Grand Prix Paris 1889. So they got some.
Wow, look at that. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I see it now. That's funny.
So yeah, and then the second generation of Heinekens came in 1917, where I guess his son started picking it up, and he continues the success through the economic depression in the 1930s. So it's been around through a while.
A lot of generations.
Yeah, and it talks a little bit about the prohibition and all that shit. And they talk about the World Bottle, sponsorships. Yes, they started sponsoring in 1990. And they're still Heineken. The new Heineken is Charlene Lucille de Caravallo Heineken. And that's pretty much it about, I guess, the backstory of it. And then a little bit of insight on the beer itself. It says on the label, it's a premium malt lager. And it's been, I think, the same recipe for about 150 years. That's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years. That's like more than a lifetime.
Yeah. Doesn't say too much about what's inside of it. But it says that it has a rich, satisfying flavor with subtle fruity notes. Do you taste any fruity notes on it?
I mean, isn't fruit like, you know how when people say fruity in wine, they don't necessarily mean fruit, but like more like sour, I guess. But I don't know. The way I see fruit, and perhaps when they're talking about it, it's just a slight sweet to the beer.
It does have a little bit of a sweetness.
Probably not a non-specific fruit, but like just it's another way of saying probably it's a bit sweet.
Yeah,
in my opinion, and just like that, I feel like that's what they're going for, maybe.
Yeah. Oh. Another cool thing about Heineken though is that they have a little baby keg, which we were trying to find. We couldn't find any.
Yeah, we've been trying. I mean, we could have gone to the deep place, but we couldn't. But it's always so funny. Like we always saw it. I think in public. I think that's the part that where we saw it.
Yeah,
like the baby keg. And I always wondered about it. Like, I mean, how much pint do you think that held?
I think it's 5 liters. I'm not sure if that's the one that's specifically on their website or all of them, but it's 5 liters apparently.
I think we could probably finish that between us two, right?
Probably. Let's see. I guess I want to see how much liters are in a 12 pack.
Yeah, I mean 12 pack, 12 ounces each, and then times 12 times 12. It's 144.
Almost 5 liters.
Ounces. 5 liters?
Almost.
So it's like almost like a 12 pack. Yeah, we could have finished that. I guess I always picture it like doing a keg stand on the baby one, and just that sounds like a really bad sentence.
Yeah, that'd be kind of wild.
It just I always wanted it, but it would have been funny to do this one, but. Yeah, I think is pretty good. How are you feeling about the taste for yourself, Stout?
It's pretty good. I don't really taste any of the fruit, the sweetness, I guess.
Yeah, it's very
I
faint.
feel like it's just very inoffensive, easy to drink. What about you?
It's peppers.
Do you taste any of the sweetness besides, or I guess the fruit besides the sweetness?
I guess not. I don't know. It is one of those very offensive things. It keeps me refreshed. I think just the main thing for me, just it keeps me refreshed. One very important thing, I would never know the color of it because I never poured it out.
Yeah, to me,
Ever.
Heineken is just green. There's the same
green.
green that is the bottle. Pretty sure it's yellow. Let's see.
No, I just pour it out. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty yellow. No, but
yeah, it's yellow.
I mean, I don't know. It's yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fun. I think it's a nice beer. I think I actually would get it. Like, I would probably pick it up if, like, you know, between Miller, if there's Miller, Bud Lights, not Coronas, but I think I'll probably give it a good 7. Above average.
Dang, 7. That's a pretty high rating.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7 is like a good, like, yeah. I can fuck with it. 7. Well, 7. You know, whenever I think about Netherlands, I think about Far From Home. When he was in the when he went to the Netherlands, like the train took him to the Netherlands, and he wakes up with like Dutch people, and they're all wearing. He was wearing an orange shirt. I want to do seven orange Dutch shirts. This is a very random thing, but that's the first thing I think about when I'm thinking Dutch.
I think
orange
for me,
shirts.
What, the orange shirt?
Yeah, isn't the color for go on? Isn't that the color for their football team?
I honestly don't know. No, but yeah, for me, it's a pretty inoffensive beer.
We'll find out next.
It's pretty solid. I think I liked it the most when I had it really cold. The second one that I had wasn't as cold. So that was a little disappointing. But I think I'll have to give it a solid 6.
Couldn't keep up.
A little bit above average, but nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Excuse me. And I'm gonna give it 6
I enjoyed it.
shells out of 10.
I think
the gas company.
Yeah? Why shells?
Yeah, Royal Dutch Shell.
Shell is freaking Dutch. I didn't know that. Wow, I never knew that. You just taught me. This is one of my moments today. I learned. Shell. Can you tell them to stop being so expensive though?
Yeah, man, gas getting crazy everywhere.
It's fucking bullshit, but yeah. All right, with that, wrapping up beer of the week, we can be going to some crazy facts or crazy things that maybe you didn't know is from Netherlands or the things happening in Netherlands. I think I can start. An easy one is the bikes. Apparently, you can bike a lot in Netherlands. It's very bikeable. And so much that apparently there's more bikes than people in Netherlands.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. It's like something that like the people is like 11 million and the bikes are like 20 million.
So is it like rental bikes or is it just people owning multiple bikes?
I think just
a little bit of both maybe.
Just bikes. Yeah.
Public bikes.
To be fair, it's not that crazy. It's like apparently it's like 1.1 bikes per person.
Okay.
Like some people own multiple rentals too. The rental probably, I don't know if the rental bike industry is booming because of that, or they're not because everyone owns bikes. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
Tourism, maybe. Well, not tourism.
Tourism, probably. That's true. That's funny. Like I wouldn't mind biking if everyone's biking, but I wouldn't bike in a city where people start driving, like too much, because I don't feel confident about my driving a bike.
Funny.
But okay. You have one stout?
Yeah. So I guess I talked about it a little bit, but there's a lot of international companies. So Shell is one of them, Royal Dutch Shell.
Okay.
Currently they moved to London as of 2022, but they are Dutch originated company. Heineken, of course, so Dutch beer. Philips.
Dutch beer.
Philips is the electronic company. Was founded in 1891. It's also Dutch. And Booking.com, also a Dutch, based out of Amsterdam.
Yeah, you're telling me about this.
Pretty interesting. I did not know that at all.
I really hope that they do give like if your destination is Netherlands, I hope they give you like slightly better deals.
Yeah,
I think that would be so smart. Yeah. All right, that's good to know. All right. For me, I have one that's like fun. It's the tulips. The Netherlands leads the world in tulip production and exports. For a country with less than 18 million people, that is quite staggering statistics. They're scattered all around the country, but most prominent in the North Holland and in South Holland. And this is very important for me because, again, this is another scene far away from home, far from home, and where they do a scene in the tulips.
Damn, I don't remember any of that.
Tulip scene. Dude, I freaking love Marvel. I remember everything. But yeah, that's why it's important to me. But tulips, yeah, tulips are pretty. Like, dude, like those fields, the picture you see, it's just like fields of color.
Yeah, it looks really pretty,
and it's just very pretty.
Yeah, another one that's a little interesting. Can't mention Netherlands without prostitution in the red light district, but apparently they're also very liberal in terms of marijuana as well. They have been
okay.
Yeah, so the red light district aspect of it, they have one of the biggest and well-known red light districts in the world, where they have essentially they have like little windows, and the sex workers will stand in the windows. And the fun fact that I was going to tell you is that the red lights, so the women's windows are illuminated with red lights, and transgender women use blue lights. So, interesting. They have different lights for each one.
I wonder if that's like good or not. Not to say it's good, but at the same time, like, I guess, yeah.
I think it's just more so like
I'm trying to think to differentiate, but then I wonder if that's also in some ways like, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the transgender prostitutes probably are a niche, that people want. Like, there's people who are into transsexuals and stuff like that, and it's good for them to know like that's what they're getting. Yeah. and you say that also is very it's like accepted, and I believe when the country accepts it, I feel like it's more safe.
Yeah.
Right.
They also have like peep shows, like sex theaters.
Peep shows.
So it's very, I guess,
like
the sex aspect of it is very well integrated into their culture. I don't know. I haven't been there. Obviously, there's a lot more than that, but they mentioned that the prostitutes pay for, or I guess the sex workers would be the better term for it. The sex workers pay taxes on their earnings. That's how.
That's fun.
Yeah, because usually in places where sex work is not legal, it's cash all into the books. But over there, they fully accept it.
I think, yeah. I think it's great for them to be able to like be open by the industry that they're in, what they want to do, ask them what they want to do. It's great that they have support from the government, at least in terms of that. Yeah. I think going from sex positivity, this is a fact that I saw. I believe the Netherlands was the first country to legalize same-sex marriage. It was the 1st of April, which is interesting, in 2001, where they legalized gay marriage and allowed same-sex couples to adopt children all in one swoop. And Amsterdam is one of the most LGBT plus friendly places in the world, and they celebrate a lot of that inclusivity. It's interesting. I wonder if it goes hand in hand with how comfortable they are with sexuality.
Yeah, maybe.
Like they're more understanding of it, or like because I feel like the more knowledgeable you are, the less crazy it sounds that people, same sex, transgender, whatever you are, asexual, all that stuff, right? You have any another one?
Yeah. One more that I'd like to mention is that apparently they have little tiny beers. If you go to a bar, their typical glass is an 8.5 ounce glass, whereas usually in the U.S., it's 12 ounce or a 16 ounce glass. You get a little baby beer. It's pretty cute. Looking at the picture of it.
Yeah, I think I saw one. I wonder if like in terms of money conversion, it's like similar price or it's cheaper that way.
I'm sure it's about the same. Like it's probably like buying a pint's worth of alcohol probably costs the same as a pint would cost. I'd hope so, at least, because if not, you're getting ripped off.
I think you'll be definitely getting ripped off if not. All right, I think I have one of the most controversial ones, and we'll end it on here because it's insane. It's insane. So apparently, there is this. Wait, let me see. There's this tradition in the Netherlands where, for Christmas, they have this tradition during Christmas that some people would paint their head to toe in black to represent something called Black Pete, to represent the companion of Saint Nicholas, Santa, as who helps distribute sweets and gifts to the children by going down the chimney. And the reason why they're black is because they're covered in coal.
That's crazy. Problematic.
Yeah, it's problematic. Like, it's problematic because it's insane learning this as someone who grew up in America, and we have known about the Jim Crow laws and all those, how freaking racist people would do blackface. And it's insane. And these are technically not black people, but then that they're trying to represent. But it's also not good luck. Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's tough to really judge a tradition that they had for like a long time, apparently. And it just, I don't know. It's funny in some ways, though. I don't know, because at the very least we know, I think, that this wasn't in any way in that kind of, it wasn't mean spirited. It's not about African people. It's just
I think it's just their tradition, I guess.
Like get covered in coal.
Could be a little sketch.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, definitely. Just don't, if you go to, I guess, I don't know, Netherlands, or you're like a Dutch person, don't probably post it on social media.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get destroyed or banned. So
it's a little sketch.
Sure, Yeah, have you seen the pictures?
No, I have not. What is it called again?
You should Black Pete.
Jesus.
And make sure you put out his name.
No, this is literally blackface. I know they're not intending to, but it literally looks like blackface. Dutch Santa's racist helper, Black Pete. That's a pretty fun way to describe it.
God, it is so crazy. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's controversial as fuck. Another name was a Sooty Pete for suit instead of black, and they have a lot of pictures for it. But yeah, the Netherlands, you guys are very open people, but you guys are some interesting people.
Yeah. Pretty interesting indeed. And with that brings our little discussion on Holland and all the beers to an end, and the spirit of April Fools and pranks and stuff. We have some "Am I the Assholes" to read relating to April Fool's pranks and
we had to do something for it because like today is April Fool's when we're recording this, and it's just fun. Some pranks going wrong, as you know, it can go.
Yep.
You want to start or you want?
Okay,
we'll start with yours.
I'll start with mine. So I'll read you the headline, and you can say what you think on that. Am I the asshole for thinking a divorce announcement due to an affair was an April Fool's joke?
Mic drop. Divorce announcement.
Mic drop.
Those are always tough because everyone's just always not.
Like that.
Yeah, in a good mood already. So it's a weird place to think of it as April Fool's.
Yeah, let that simmer in your mind as I open my beer. But yeah, let me get a sip and I'll get started.
Cheers, man. Hell yeah.
Oh, this one's colder. That's fucking amazing. Cheers. All right. So let me preface this off by blaming all of you. The entirety of Reddit for desensitizing me and giving me major trust issues on April Fool's Day. So here goes. Yesterday I got a group text from my wife's, and he says wife's name, Sarah, side of the house stating there was an emergency family meeting happening that night over dinner at my mom's mother-in-law's, Barb's, house. I immediately had April Fool's spidey sense starting to tingle, but we haven't gotten together since Christmas, so I overlooked it and said my wife and I, were in. We were the last to arrive, and it was pretty somber when we walked in. We all sat down at the table. My wife's brother, Tim, informed the family that his wife, Ashley, has been having an affair and they are divorcing. The affair was with a longtime close friend, Chris, who lived a block away. Chris's wife, Jen, had caught them when she came home early one day last week and broke the news to my brother-in-law, Tim. Both families have been friends for years. They live less than a block from each other. They have each been married for 15 plus years and have 4 kids right around the same age. Honestly, I have always thought both of them were picture-perfect families. Hell, all 4 of them and their kids were at their house 2 weeks ago for a barbecue. Anyways, after airing out a lot of dirty laundry and their plans to divorce, how it can affect future family functions, and opening it up to the group for any questions, there was silence. I broke the silence with the laughter and a slow clap, saying this was the best April Fool's gag I've ever seen, but I wasn't falling for it. I told Ashley and especially Tim they needed to consider going into theater. Their performances were top-notch and tears seemed genuine.
That's crazy.
Being the newest member to the family, my wife and I married 6 months ago. This was probably not the best thing to say in hindsight. I probably should have not said anything. I would agree with that. Everyone in the room looked horrified. My mother-in-law, who had been crying the entire time, lost all composure, left the room in hysterics, and did not return before we left. Tim just shook his head, and his cheating wife actually left out a brief chuckle before calling me a dumbass for thinking this was a ruse, then berating me for being so insensitive. The rest of the family sat in silence, shaking their heads as my wife berated me for trying to make a joke out of a serious situation. I am still dumbfounded. In hindsight, I probably should have sat in silence, but I honestly still feel like I was calling out an April Fool's gag. Am I the asshole? What do you think about that?
Bro, I feel this guy so much, though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I would do this in my head. Like, if this was happening in April 1st, and this huge thing was happening, and it's like, what is it, though? Like,
yeah,
it's
man.
true, though. It's not just Reddit, but just in internet as a whole that it synthesizes on this day, where we are the most untrusting people in one day. More than anything. It's just not gonna lie though. The fact that he actually went with the
for real.
A good one, guys. Good one.
Yeah.
You guys,
this one was actually listed as no a-holes here. Apparently everyone thinks that the situation was kind of shitty.
I mean, yeah. It was a shitty situation, yeah. And I feel like being people on the internet, online, and all that stuff, I think everyone just truly, I don't know, how you say it? You know, they all can sympathize about thinking in that way, you know. It's just that his brain to his action was quicker than I'm guessing most have, because most people probably have a lot of, you know, their other side of the brain where like they're just not that. I say it, not shame, but like embarrassment, like it's like, oh no, don't do that. That's kind of like to embarrass you, or like I don't know, because it is a situation where you're just, you know, whatchamacallit, your in-laws, and I don't know. I feel like when you're in in-laws, you don't like to be too loud about it, but
that's big tough.
No,
it's hard to come back from, bro.
I think he's no. Yeah, it's big tough. Not gonna lie. I mean, I think they're gonna laugh about it.
Probably. I mean, maybe once like if the brother moves on and stuff, they'll probably roast his ass like, for the rest of his life. But yeah,
I think that's just like given. Yeah,
yeah,
you're right. To be fair, I feel like this was some of the more lighthearted one though. I feel like that of the stories that we had. Not gonna lie, I feel like this is a simple one, but the more funny one, because I can picture it perfectly in my head of him. Oh, dude, it's a good one, dude.
Yeah,
it's a good story.
All right, what's yours?
I love it. It made me laugh so much because. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The affair is whatever, you know. It's just like, it's tough, but you know, it's not your fault. She cheated. They cheated, so it's just this fault for being a dumbass. But all right, for mine is, am I the asshole for thinking my wife was lying about going to labor? So I guess this is a very similar thing to yours. Hi Reddit, throwaway account here because this story is not all flattering. So my wife and I play very extreme pranks on each other, like next level awful. My dad was in hospital for cancer treatments, and she was in the hospital area. She prank called me and told me he had died. Jesus I got Christ. To the hospital, and there they both were laughing. It didn't upset me or piss me off or anything, and it's actually my favorite remaining memory of him, Satch. Just putting that story here to provide some context to our relationship and how extreme our jokes can be. Well, on April Fool's Day this year, I was at home and my wife was out with her sister for the day. No big deal. She had been out for about an hour when I got a message from her saying her water had broken. That's funny, I thought. She's not due for another 5 weeks. But oh well, she's just joking. I put my phone down and continued to do my work. I saw one other message from her and thought she was joking still. I mean, it's April Fool's. 2 hours passed, and it wasn't until I saw my sister-in-law calling and decided to answer. She then proceeded to scream at me as my wife was now in the hospital and was about to have our first child. Well, regardless of if she was joking or not, I jumped in my car and drove down. Well, she wasn't joking. After a few long hours and a billion apologies to my wife, she said it was fine. She actually seemed to find it quite funny and said I inspired her for the next baby. But I should have known she wouldn't pick a day as obvious as April Fool's. My wife seemed fine with it, but my sister-in-law was livid at me. I'm pretty sure I know the answer here, but Reddit, am I the asshole? And what do you think so far without the edits? Well, I guess I should do the edits. I saw a few comments.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not updates. I saw I saw a few comments mentioning this, and we're already planning to end the pranks once the kiddo was here. Yes, me and the missus are now discussing code words for when/if we decide to carry on the pranks. Thank you for your suggestions. How you feel about this?
Okay. So I think that as long as the wife doesn't care, then it's really no harm, no foul. She seems to have gotten over it pretty quick. So it seems like the pranking is like a part of their culture.
Yeah.
I guess not their culture, just their relationship.
Yeah.
So I think that's not really too big of a deal.
Yeah. I think the one that really caught the stray was the sister-in-law, or because she was just hanging out with her sister. The war broke, and she did not, and she had to probably have been the one to take her to the hospital and handle her, while her husband was not there for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess she caught the biggest stray. But if she like knows the relationship, then like
she has to. Yeah,
I feel like it's like I don't know.
she has.
It's just
to.
a weird situation. But yeah, I mean I think the edits were very valid. Definitely a safe word would be very good. I've only heard of safe words been used in like other
sex
contexts,
stuff.
But
I
guess this definitely needs another one too.
I guess because it really is a. I'm guessing. Maybe I'm thinking like pranking really is like a special relationship if you can have with people, if you can do really big pranks and be in an okay place to be able to feel comfortable to that. Maybe it's just another level of a relationship, not sex stuff, but it's like I can trust you to make a big joke out of me, I guess.
I don't know, but I feel like pranks are very dangerous.
They can be very dangerous,
especially in relationships context.
Yeah, I can. This one, the one he said about his dad, that could have been gone so wrong, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess the thing is, his dad was in on it. It wasn't like she was just sending that message to just fuck with him. Like she's already there with his dad, and it's probably that like can push it. But I think, do you feel like you guys do a lot of pranks between you and Sour?
No, I used to scare her a lot. I've tried to stop because it's not very nice.
Not very nice.
But sometimes I still scare her, not trying to scare her. I think those are more funny.
Not trying to scare her.
Yeah, because sometimes like she's just in the room or something, and like I walk up, and I guess I walk up quietly, and she's like focused on something, and she looks at me, and she gets scared because she doesn't expect me there. But like, I don't like to scare her too much. Okay. But I still do every once in a while. But aside from that, I don't really think we prank like that. She gets me every once in a while. She scares me too.
Hell yeah! I guess
I've never really been a April Fool's type person. Have you?
No, never. I think I'm very much different, like in the same vein as this guy's, where I just put up my defenses.
Yeah.
Like I just put up like, don't believe anything, don't believe shit. That's essentially like my mentality. And I wish I could have done more pranks though. Like, I don't know. It's probably like, your pranking probably is some kind of a mixture of like problem solving and I don't know, like very entrepreneurship mindset of like your goal is to get this person. How do I do that? And then you problem solve how to do that in a way they want the reaction, I guess. if you think about it. So like I can respect people that can properly do pranks, And to be fair though, pranking has become very dangerous now though in this landscape of like internet culture.
Social media.
You keep
bad
hearing
with all the pranks where they just like fuck over someone for views. I like the ones that are like really harmless, for like they'll be like, hey, you dropped your pocket. That's like, it's nothing serious, but
the one I really like was the counter pranks, or like the pranking. It's like pranking vigilante, where like is the Mark Rover? He's a YouTuber who's an engineer.
He's cool as fuck. He used to work at NASA.
He used to work at NASA, yes, and he did this series of like glitter bombs for porch pirates, and I believe that's the best kind of prank. It's just like so fun. Funny. It was fun. And the ones I really don't like is like the annoying as kids who just go up to people in the grocery store and just annoy them. It's like, how is that pranking? That's just you being annoying, and people get shot over this. You ever heard like some stories?
There's like a lot of like the ones where it's like pranking people in the hood type stuff, or scenarios like that where you get shot, or even just like You know, it's a prank. Sometimes they go wrong.
Yeah, I'd rather do pranks people I trust, but then I guess at the same time I also fear like what if they not that they can't take a joke, what if like they feel really hurt about it. Right? And you gotta respect that, right? Yeah. Was it you who got me in Philadelphia? Or was it fuck?
Bleep.
I can't believe that. It was the one in Philadelphia where someone hid in the closet.
Oh, that was you almost got me. It was Coronita.
Coronita.
Coronita got you good.
Yeah, dude, I freaking freaked. Like, okay, I don't mind the scared pranks, but just know you gotta hear me scream a lot. Yeah. You know? Like, as long as you don't mind me going, like, fully, like, like, doing that, I'm fine with you pranking me that way or, like, scaring me that way. It is fun. It is fun after the fact. I guess.
Well, I kind of scared you. Like, when you were over here, there was, like, that one point where you were in the bathroom, and I waited till you were about to come out, and I just ran past you, and you got terrified.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, me in the bathroom, like, I just get so scared. I'm like, of like those moments in anime where like people walking while you're having a shit or having a shower, just like no, come here. You always do that. Why do you do that to me?
Yeah, I always just jiggle on the door, and you're just like, oh! I've never opened it, but you always like, oh, stop.
The thing is, I think one time is like I feel like I can fully believe you can rip off a door off its hinge. Like I believe that.
Yeah, but why would I do that? I'm not gonna go in.
I don't know. You know, it's not like I don't trust you. It's just like I don't know your limits sometimes. You know, yeah. I don't know. Like that day you're feeling like, fuck it, let's do it. I guess that thought scares me the most in fully reality. But I trust you though. Like I don't like I'll never probably get mad too much by you messing with me and stuff like that. Although there was one time during Soju's, remember Soju's like what was it, like pre-wedding event in that brewery place? Remember?
Yeah.
Like I feel bad that like I reacted that way to you when you were just being yourself with me, like you're just messing with me. I guess I was just
shaking my head.
I was just in a place where like I didn't not want to be like messed with because like I was caring too much about my public image or like I don't know how I'm seen by these people who I'm seeing for the first time in a while. So I guess I was just projecting out onto that, and I shouldn't have reacted that way to you.
It's all good.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where like it doesn't come from a bad place. I feel like if it's done with between friends, you know. Like close friends that you trust. It's never from a bad place. It's just you're just messing with people. Yeah. But I never done it though. But I think that's the closest thing you do for pranks. It's just you mess with people like that. Yeah. You know? But that's how you show your affection. And yeah.
Yep, I bother people like that.
But yeah. Yeah, let us know how maybe your favorite, how you think about Heineken. If you've ever been to the Netherlands, what are the crazy facts that you didn't believe about Netherlands that you heard today? And if there's any April Fool's prank that you kind of ever done to you or you like heard, let us know. Like and subscribe. And yeah. Anything to say, Stout?
Thanks for watching. As always, we'll catch you in the next one. Let us know in the comments any suggestions for beers. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
All right. Stout and Lager signing off.